Hey, I'm putting this clip in front of the video to make it perfectly clear in case it wasn't clear in the video. By the way, this is me from the future, okay? Don't get confused. I am demisexual and demiromantic, and Angela is aromantic. So we decided to react to this video on stream live at twitch.tv/neverevergaming. Check it out. And I decided to make it into a video because I think it turned out fun. This disclaimer at the top: this video is made with comedy in mind, so if there's a joke in there that makes you uncomfortable, sorry. Okay. But the video is very good. At the end, it was very informative. I said that at the very end, so enjoy your time. Hope you guys like it, and if you do, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell. Leave a comment down below. I like to hear from people. But yeah, so without further ado, here's the video. See you guys later.
Do you want to do the asexuals one, or?
Do you want to? I wasn't going to. I feel like you know, if I say something, but I mean, you represent that crowd,
hey,
so it's
Jubilee office. I just want to take a moment to say thank you to the Ridge wallet.
Video contains what?
Tried dating people because everyone is doing it, but I was always upfront, like, hey, I'm asexual. This might not be your thing, you know. And then they're like, no, I totally understand. 3 months later, they're having a tantrum because you won't kiss them.
Damn, that's rough.
Yeah, that is rough, actually. Jesus.
Even though I'm asexual, I still experience attraction.
This one
3,
will be enlightening.
2, 1, go.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I mean, being asexual doesn't mean you like
doesn't mean aromantic.
absolutely not attracted to people, you know.
Like, there have been times in my life where I've been like, is this attraction, or like, is something happening here? But for the most part, I have just been like, no, like, that person is nice looking, but I don't feel any sort of
That's fair.
thing.
Asexuality, it really is a large spectrum. Under the
Yeah,
spectrum,
I mean...
I fall under demisexual, which basically
wait, that's a part of it? Wait, that's a part of being asexual?
Yeah, some people do consider it part of like the like asexuality spectrum.
Well, damn, Angela, looks like we're both involved. Look at that. I thought I was X'd out of this.
With me, I'm not sure like if I like consider myself asexual. I'm definitely aromantic.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Knowing you for as long as I have, you're 100% aromantic.
Yeah.
Julian, you're asexual. Yeah, look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
You're one of them, Demi. Damn, I'm kind of glad that we watched this one now.
I can look at someone and say, this person is really attractive.
I do need a strong emotional connection in order to like someone, so...
You know, I don't have sexual attraction, or like, I want to date this person. There's also, like, different forms of attraction.
Is this video quiet?
To aesthetics, but I don't really
It kind of is a
It feels a
little
little
bit.
quiet.
The intro was loud as hell, though.
Masturbate on a regular basis.
Sorry, it caught me off guard. Sorry, it caught me so far off guard.
2, 1, go.
You know that Demi guy is like, bro, I fucking get in.
I mean, I guess I'll go first. I'm able to find a lot of people like in the ace community is through the kink community, and so usually when I am
you see my face.
so, yeah, I do
You're like, I identify with this man.
in the sense that I'm like quite bisexual or even find sex attractive.
I don't feel like horny often. So like when it does happen,
I've known this person in high school.
I think it's scientifically. It's just like I just need to relieve myself.
Gotta do something about it.
Yeah, do something about it. Yeah.
That's how I feel for the most part, honestly.
To do regular.
I'm just like, it's just kind of,
I mean,
when I feel like,
TV shows I could watch,
I
don't
just do it, you know, whatever.
I just
No
feel
big
like
deal
there's
for
no
me.
need for it, you know? I'm really content with myself.
I'm glad you've
like,
elevated your mind
if I have
above.
an urge, I can
She's like, I'm too big brain.
An urge, it's more of an annoyance for me.
I mean, that's fair.
Asexual people, like just because they don't experience attraction doesn't mean that they don't have any libido at all.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
so like
that's how it
Yeah.
you
works.
still might
Yeah.
feel the need.
I had to think
for
about that even being the
sometimes.
way I am. I was
I
like, am
feel
I
like a
really
lot of this is just like, oh,
demisexual?
yes, again?
Demisexual?
Yeah, it's
Demi?
Demi, Demi.
Am I really demi if I'm attracted to this
Alright with
porn
doing
stuff?
but there's not really much of a payoff.
But no,
for
there's a
doing it.
difference because you're just
I'm curious to hear
getting
what
out the
your guys'
urge.
thoughts
Yeah, there's
on,
no
like,
like,
someone
Yeah.
like
there's
me
no
who's on the
connection
opposite
there.
side of
Yeah,
the
no, not
like,
at
how
all.
do you view that as an ace?
Well, I mean, high libido doesn't mean attraction.
Mhm.
It's
It's
they're completely
true.
different
It's
things.
separate.
Like I don't get it, but I respect it.
Bless me, Jesus.
Bless you.
Because the
I
dick
find
acts
sex
differently than the
repulsive.
brain, and in the lady's
3,
case, you know,
2,
vagina.
1, go.
I find sex
For me,
repulsive.
at least,
Damn.
it's just like there's always a bunch of other ways of attraction because like at the end of the day it doesn't have to be sexual in nature. You can find it
Yeah,
with, like other just like
Yeah,
other
like-
things, whether it's aesthetic or otherwise.
I feel
I'm in
that.
like the gray
Yeah.
spectrum of it,
Mhm.
of like asexuality.
You don't have
There are
to
days
have that be like the
there are
whole
days I feel
thing,
it,
but
there are like times where I do, there's times I don't.
I don't obviously find
Some
sex repulsive.
people
I see it as a
communicate through
personal thing,
sex,
though.
like,
Honestly.
Yeah.
that's their way of showing their emotion. And though it may not be for me, it just depends on who the person
Yeah,
is.
I
Because you're supposed
agree.
to be
Like
able to
Yeah.
with
trust
her,
that
'cause it's
person
like,
as well.
yeah,
So
it's
if you
not
don't
for
trust
you,
them,
but like,
what good
I'd say that like the word repulsive
I
is
really
very
do feel
strong.
like sex
Yeah,
for me,
repulsive is
as a
extremely
demisexual,
strong.
It's
I am a virgin. 3,
You know that
2,
demi guy, he going right to
1.
the yes so strongly. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Holy shit, that is messy. I mean, it makes sense. We're talking about
Kinda what I
asexual
expected.
people, but yeah. Jesus, dude.
For me, like sex isn't like people always talk about it, and then it's just like, well, that's not really attractive to me. And I have a supportive friend group. I have hobbies I can do, and it's like I'd rather find my time doing something else.
There's been times where I tried dating people because everyone is doing it, but I was always upfront, like, hey, I'm asexual, this might not be your thing, you know? And then they're like, no, I totally understand. 3 months later, they're having a tantrum because you won't kiss them.
I've been in a couple relationships before.
That's fucked up, though.
Both with men and
Yeah.
women,
'Cause they don't
so
really know what it
I've had
means,
sex with
then.
both,
Yeah, or they think like, oh, I can
so-
change them.
Yeah, basically.
Which I've run into, which is
Yeah, I know you
so
have.
I lost my virginity when I was 15 or 16. What about you?
I was
Personal
17
information
when
here,
I
right?
lost
Calm
mine,
down.
and it's not the greatest story. I was coerced.
Oh, is this the?
Oh,
yeah.
this is the. Oh god.
That's
What
that's,
just
My
happened?
girlfriend at the time.
What just
Discord-
happened?
Killed you, I guess.
What?
They heard the story go and they were
I
like,
lost
nah,
my
bro.
virginity.
They were
What are you
like,
talking
hell no, we ain't
Because,
dealing with this. What the fuck just happened? What the hell just happened?
They're like, nah.
Oh, is it still in Discord? Thank God. It flashed to my desktop. Hold on. How do you not know what age you lose your virginity at?
Well, if it was like a really bad memory,
Yeah, if it was a
Like-
bad memory, you can like your brain could just block it out, basically. Yeah,
yeah.
which is fair. Makes enough sense.
Cause yeah, the way he's like talking about it, it
Time?
sounds like.
Uh,
It was bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
so,
Aw.
like,
my
you don't have to
God.
talk about it, dude. Like you don't have to talk
because,
about it.
Yeah. Jeez.
It was, if you loved me, then you'd have sex with me. And at
Oh.
the time, I was like,
Oh
okay.
God
no!
damn.
Oh, no! I feel so bad.
That person straight up
But
like
I'm scared that
that
she'll break up with me
directed
because
it.
I'm
I'm sorry.
sexual.
It's
Yeah, it's like yeah, for your girlfriend, like
Oof.
Yeah, and that's
so
that's a really
sorry.
strong thing.
Yeah,
it's
that's
the
rough,
one,
dude.
so of course you'd want to
Like in
make
the
sure you
case
stay
of
with them.
non-consensual. Oh, this was clearly non-consensual.
yeah,
Jesus.
like that was clearly.
I mean,
like,
being
wow.
coerced into it is non-consensual. That is, you shouldn't have to be coerced into something
No,
that's like,
yeah,
you know.
It's like the way that I've heard it like defined pretty frequently is like it has to be like an enthusiastic continued yes.
Yeah, of course.
It's not like
yeah.
a yes question mark or like a like it has they have to be like yes.
Both
like-
people have to be like, yes, I want to do this. You know, it's Jesus.
Like if it's
Yeah.
not enthusiastic, if it doesn't continue, then like it's non-consensual.
Yeah. Goddamn. This is a official message from Nog. Okay. Consent. Get it first.
It's important.
Okay. Important.
You know?
Find
Very
yourself
important.
and be who you are today.
I feel
And I
so
hope you
bad
can
for
do
them, bro.
better.
Yeah. I would
mean,
hug
me
them too.
personally, I've never experienced any of it. I don't wish that I could experience sex. There's moments where I wish I wasn't asexual. I'm just gonna start
Except
crying,
you
kid.
for you, you know?
It's like it's so ingrained in our society that you should.
I
have
also
attraction,
feel
you
like
should have
I feel
romantic
her.
attraction,
Like
even
Yeah.
sexual
Yeah.
attraction. So
Like I've gotten
a lot
so
of
many.
us, if
You
we
just
couldn't
haven't seen the
come
right
from birth,
person
we'd
yet.
be
Oh, don't
so
be alone. You'll be
broken and so
sad. Like
broken. I was so
you're
lucky
not
because I had a
complete.
parent
Like
who knew what the word was, and like my mom actually said, maybe you're asexual, you don't feel those things, and that's okay. But so many people.
Dang, your mom
don't
said
have
that? That
word.
is very progressive of your mom.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I
I'm
feel
glad that
invisible
like
to the
had
Yeah.
that was
LGBTQ plus
supported.
community.
I feel
3,
invisible.
2,
I mean, I'm
1,
invisible, but I
go.
make myself invisible. You know how it is? I'm fucking. I'm gone. Demi, I feel like Demi people can just hide in the shadows. I don't have to be like.
is very sexualized.
It's
Like,
true.
At Pride, it's very sexual.
I mean, I've seen people that have been like ace people aren't like they're not
Sexuality that is
LGBT.
absence of that.
Like
Yeah, I've heard
So
people
many
do
people
that
say that
too. Well, it's because a lot of
asexuals
people use like
don't
the,
get as oppressed as
you know,
people.
this is a, you know, people use it as like a way, like the pride gatherings or like they treat it like gay bars or something, you know, where it's like let's go there and hook up, basically.
I
Which is
mean, like
really
yeah,
weird.
I think that like you should be allowed to like do that.
I
And
mean,
you
you
should
should
be
be allowed, I guess, but like,
to like express your sexuality because like there's a lot of people that are like, what about the children?
yeah,
And it's
because
like,
yeah,
but like
there's another part of it that's like a lot of these people, you know, the non-asexual people are held back sexually in a lot of cases too because of them being gay. They're judged for it or being bi, you know. But they definitely should be allowed to show that off when they can because they've been suppressed for a long time.
yeah. So like I think that like it should be a space for like everyone.
Yeah.
But like I think it's unfortunate when people are like, oh, like
When people assume it's a little weird, but
yeah. Like when people are like, oh, like ace people don't belong because like you're not oppressed enough or whatever.
yeah, those people are just hateful and selfish, honestly.
Like when people try and play like oppression Olympics and like exclude people
Dude,
from,
it happens so often. It's wild.
it's like yeah, it's so rough. Like when people will be like, oh, like there was like a there's like people that are like, oh, trans people don't belong or like whatever. And it's like or like bi people don't belong because like you can just be like I've also heard like, oh, if you're a bi person, you're in like a quote like straight relationship.
yeah, I've heard that too. Yeah.
And it's like stop trying to exclude people. Like that just makes the community weaker.
So this is about like you feeling invisible. So all the asexual people feel like they're invisible to the community, which is.
That's sad.
I'm actually surprised it's all of them though. Jesus.
And the LGBT
Except for the
Well, yeah, the Demi, you know how it is.
It's not just whether you'd get oppressed or kicked out by your family. We're still experiencing things differently.
I mean,
from
he's
the rest of
also
the world,
like
and
bi,
it
so.
feels better to have a community of people.
For me, this question is a little bit personal because the closest thing for me was my auntie, because my auntie is lesbian. And comes to relation with family, like everyone accepts my auntie. But when it comes to me, it's just like, oh, you don't exist. You haven't tried it yet. It makes me feel a little bit empty because like,
yeah,
I mean,
that's like
you're
where people are
I
like,
mean,
oh,
your
you're
family, yeah.
or like, oh, like
Yeah, but like,
Like,
you're taking these as you're taking this from people who like aren't a part of the community though, so you shouldn't be like
yeah, I mean, like it's like her
internalizing that.
family, like, but I mean, I think that's like a fair thing because it's like
it's fair, yeah.
like yeah, the reactions that I've gotten like is like, oh, like you're like a late bloomer, like you haven't tried it yet, oh, you just haven't found the right person, like, and it's like, no,
These are all
like,
common things you get from people who also just don't understand and who
Yeah.
also just aren't a part of the community. So I feel like you know, they don't know anything. Just, you know, ignore what they say. That's how
I mean,
feel.
yeah, but, like pretty much like everybody I've told who's like reacted to me like that has
Yeah.
like not been in the community.
The thing is, I've gotten my own fair share of like, you know, are you gay because you're not hitting
Oh yeah,
on
are you gay because you're not hitting on me? Like, oh, like
What?
you're more feminine because you don't hit on women.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm more in tune with my feminine side because I don't hit on women, and I understand women's issues. Therefore, I'm more feminine. Even though I'm just like, my ironically enough, me needing a more emotional connection to a woman to have sex or have a relationship apparently makes me more respectful. Ironic, isn't it?
oh my god.
I don't.
I'm glad we watched this video.
Yeah.
Sex positive and look, encouraging people to have as much sex as they want also means that sometimes they don't want any. I've heard people say,
Yeah, like
what you experience is valid, but you're not queer enough to be in the community. And I'm like,
Ooh, yeah, that's
then
true.
what is queer enough?
As someone who identifies as gay, I really did want to hear everything out that they were saying because I completely
Yeah, I identify as straight, but I'm also demisexual, so there you go.
On social media, like I was just on the LGBT website, and they list like a whole list of different ace identities. We are becoming a little bit more open-minded about it, but I don't want to give too much credit because I 100% agree that we need a lot of work in the community.
Yeah.
The increased visibility is great. It's really good, but it also is driven by ace people and ace specs. And there's no one, at least there are fewer people in the
like
community
that's like people like on the
us
spectrum.
No, I said that because I think it's a fun word. That's why I said that. I was like, I've never heard that. That's great, actually.
In the community, so they just stick to basically an ace community. And I mean, I don't know about you, but when I went to like meetups and stuff, I would ask if asexuals were welcome.
Jesus. Okay.
That's sad.
Jeez.
I definitely remember watching like this show called like BoJack Horseman, and
Oh, that show.
I
Love
found out
that show.
like, one of the main characters.
Yeah, one of the main
like,
characters is asexual. Yeah.
Oh, that's
I thought that was cool that they actually explored that. It was
Yeah.
cool.
I can actually relate to at the end of the day.
And he wasn't treated as like a fix-it case.
Yeah,
That's,
no, he
like, the
definitely
biggest
wasn't.
thing, is that
That's good.
they're
That
not
was like a really
sexual
cool
media,
thing in that show.
Yeah.
They're just broken.
Yeah.
He actually tried. He had a relationship with another ace person too, which is fun.
With this many ace specs ever in my life.
Oh, like I feel like another weird thing that I've like gotten is like,
Yeah.
oh, you're like aromantic, but you like romantic plots in like shows and movies.
Wait,
and I'm
you
like,
got
yeah.
that's like weirdly
Yeah.
specific.
And it's like, no, it's I think I got it from like a writing partner or something because like I do write like romance stuff sometimes, and like and they were like, wait,
Nerd. No, I'm
and
kidding.
I was like, yeah, it's because I'm not experiencing it myself.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, it would be
I think
different if you're.
a character is separate from me.
The thing is, wouldn't it be more proof if you understood how romance worked, but you just didn't like feel
Want
it?
it?
Yeah, didn't want it yourself, didn't feel it for
Yeah,
yourself.
'cause like
you
I
know?
understand how it works. Like I understand why people want it
Yeah.
and like why it's so like culturally significant, but I just don't want it myself.
You would think that would give more proof to that concept. It would make sense. Yeah, I don't understand why they.
Then
Why.
it's like that invalidates the you just don't know or like
Yeah, it's true. Because that means you do know. So you aren't like, quote unquote, not experienced or anything. So
it's wild, bro.
yeah,
2,
or know
1,
nothing. I guess.
go.
I feel like yeah, I expected more agree than
I used
disagree
to
because I feel like
identify as Demi, and then I went to ace, like gray ace. So like I'm still at like, is this correctly what I identify as?
I am still unsure of myself. Like, I don't know what my own feelings are half the time, and I am still young.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to be okay with not really knowing some things about myself.
And I think that's one of the misconceptions about the ace community is that people will approach you and will think that you're not experienced or you don't know what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Or
That's what we
you're
talked
too young,
about.
You'll figure it out. And that's very.
I just realized this guy
especially in
looks
my
like
case,
someone
I feel like I'm really well
I've
experienced and I do
seen
know what I
in my
like and I
life.
do know what I don't like.
Yeah, my
But at the
sister was
same
like, "Oh,
time,
you're
I
still
think
young."
that
Like,
there is
Yeah.
still some
yeah.
like for me, it's like
That's like the
I'm in
go-to.
the disagree section because like I feel I'm pretty solid.
Your
in my
sister's
identity.
fucking young.
There are
What-
times where I'm like, what was that? But like, it doesn't matter what it was. Like, it's not gonna change my behavior.
I feel like at this point, I already know what I want, and I'm so over like other people judging me for it. You know, I'm just gonna stay here in my little bubble. I'm comfortable being right here. You know.
Yeah, that's nothing
I've
wrong with that, you
had
know?
the term since I was like 10. I'm sure my mom probably thought I would grow out of it. I'm sure she thought I was a late bloomer or something. But like as I got older, it's just like it just kept fitting.
Yeah, I relate to
where
that.
I found the term when I was 11, 12.
I just
So
kind of found
I
out what I
first
was
heard
later.
that
I
From
was just
you.
like, Julian, you said this.
I just found out randomly.
But then when I got to high school, I was like,
But,
you can be straight or something. Like everyone else around you straight.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, no.
It was
maybe I'm
like
gay, 'cause
wild
everyone else-
to see like the like 180 shift in my parents between like don't even look at a boy to like you don't have a boyfriend yet, and that's kind of concerning.
It's because you're older, man. That's what happens. Parents guard you for so long, and they wonder why, like, you have this, and not even necessarily just for you. I'm just talking about in general.
Yeah.
Like, they guard you for a while. Then, if you wind up going like, okay, I won't be with someone, then you're like, they're like, hey, you're old now. Okay, look, you're getting older.
We want your grandkids immediately.
You have to have children.
But like, yeah, like it's like,
Yeah.
oh, like, you know, now they're like, oh, you know, you had a chance with someone, and like, what the fuck, man? And it's like, what?
That part's gross for sure.
Oh, that part was so gross, and I'm not gonna get into it like
Yeah,
on here.
yeah.
But, like,
That-
it was
that is
gross.
gross,
Bro.
yeah.
That's all you need to know.
That's true. Yeah, that's all you need to do. It always happens to like girls, dude. It's like
Yeah.
they're protected, and then at a certain point, it's just like, hey, start fucking, jeez.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you haven't started fucking yet.
Hey, don't fuck. Then like when you get old enough, it's like, hey, I fuck so much that you have like 30 children. Okay.
It's so wild.
It's
And
such
like,
a
I
weird
predicted
thing.
this was going to happen like before the shift like,
True, you
happened
did.
at all. But like it's just so wild to actually be experiencing it.
In real time.
Especially when you identify as Aero.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It's just so bad. That just like adds another like layer onto the shit sandwich.
It's so true, dude. So true.
Great. And then I got to college. I'm like, okay, maybe I'm bi. Maybe
I like
maybe
them
I'm
both the
something. Like, and only like in the last couple months was I was like, I finally went back to asexual. It's a broad label, and I can be comfortable being under that umbrella.
Yeah.
Good video. Good
Yeah, I'll probably
video.
watch that one,
That was a
honestly.
fun video. I appreciated that. You know, at first I was scared, but that was very enlightening, I think.